What's up, guys? Today on People Now.
Hello, Facebook Live.
Big baby news from Grey's star Katherine Heigl.
Females are smarter quicker.
Yes.
It's something we all knew, but wait until you hear the great story Matthew McConaughey just told me about how he came to this conclusion.
Calm after the storm. Robin Thicke and Paula Patton attend family therapy after custody fight.
Coco and Chanel coordinate bikinis poolside.
And we've got the most adorable pics you will see today.
Courtney steps out with Justin again.
Hang on, it's not what you think.
Plus,
Happy 95th birthday, Betty White.
No offense, Dorothy, but your cupcakes are dry and tasteless.
love Betty White so much. Happy Tuesday, people.com and Facebook Live. Great to see you. It's Betty White's 95th birthday, so our Facebook question of the day today, what's your favorite Golden Girls memory? Share it with us in the comments below. We're going to share it later on in the show. Plus, guys, Bob Guiney and Olivia Caridi are here live breaking down last night's episode of The Bachelor. Tell us your comments and questions below about the show, about the episode, what you thought. We'll read them later on when we talk all about that Bachelor drama. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Congratulations are in order for Katherine Heigl and her husband Josh Kelley. The happy couple welcomed their son Joshua Bishop Kelley Jr. on Tuesday, December 20th. A rep has confirmed this exclusively to People. The baby boy joins his two big sisters, 4.5-year-old Adelaide and 8-year-old Nayli. The glowing mom revealed the family's baby news exclusively to People back in June, saying Nayli and Adelaide could not be more excited to welcome their new sibling into the fold, and Josh and I are overflowing with joy and gratitude. And shortly after announcing her pregnancy, the actress wrote about her experiences in becoming a first-time biological mother in her blog Heavenly Days, writing, "We were considering adoption again, fostering or pregnancy if possible. Seeing as I have never been pregnant and as my OBGYN reminded me last year I'm of advanced maternal age, I wasn't sure pregnancy was even in the cards for us. Turns out it was very much in the cards." Guys, we are so happy for Katherine and Josh. Congratulations to them. Well, calm after the storm. In this case, it appears that Robin Thicke and Paula Patton attended family therapy this past weekend. A source familiar with the situation telling People, while Julian has remained in his mother's care, both parties are working with a therapist who is advising on Julian's best interest. The family attended their first joint therapy session this weekend. Ms. Patton will continue to do what is right for her son. A second source went on to tell People that Robin wants to keep Julian's best interests at heart. In legal documents filed, Paula accused her ex-husband of physically abusing their son, which Robin adamantly denies, saying in his declaration he had never exceeded age-appropriate discipline. A source familiar with the situation confirms to People that the Department of Children and Family Services investigation is ongoing, and they declined to comment, citing client privacy. Make sure to stay with people.com for updates on this story. Is that Matthew McConaughey? It is. He stars in the new film Gold, based on real-life events. Had to gain weight, had to shave his head to play a man in pursuit of the American dream and to find that gold. So when I sat down with Matthew, I had to ask if he had any concerns at all that his hair would not grow back, perhaps, the way it was before. I mean, Matthew McConaughey, great hair. Everyone loves it. He also opened up to me about his kids. Watch what he told me.
Part of the deal.
Yeah.
Part of doing the deal. And trust and hope that it all comes back and you can get back some semblance of where you were. Family was fine with it. Look, my family knows they've been on these journeys with me. But I was quite fun to live with during this. Kenny Wells is a fun guy to be around.
Sure.
And so whatever part of Kenny Wells I brought home,
everyone loved
family. I was Captain Fun. That was my nickname.
It's like bring him back, Dad.
I was yes to everything.
That's great. I would imagine a lot of the energy is needed when it comes to kids. What's the biggest difference between raising a daughter and raising a son, the boys?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I've got an 8, 7, and a 4. Well, one, you see that females are smarter quicker.
Is that right?
You are. You know it.
Just accept it, guys.
They just mature quicker. Just they get it quicker.
All right.
My daughter gets to the bottom of situations quicker than I do. My son and I, try to figure out where the car keys are and go through ideas about could they be in the coat you wore yesterday, or maybe Livingston took them and put them over here, and Vito just walked by and go, "Did you check the ignition?" And sure enough, they're in the ignition.
Yeah, not only does she know, but it's
thank
like
you.
embarrassing
Yeah.
they were left in the car.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama made a sentimental choice for their community service on Monday's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, volunteering at the family shelter that's now become home to their daughters Malia and Sasha's old backyard playset. The first couple helped residents of the Jobs Have Priority Naylor Road Family Shelter in Southeast Washington help them paint a mural of Dr. King in the center's community room. The children worked in awe as the President and First Lady hand-painted butterflies. But the Obamas also headed outside, took a trip down memory lane by playing with the kids on the old backyard playset, which once sat on the south lawn of the White House, just outside of the Oval Office. The family donated the playset to the shelter earlier this month, and the first couple got to enjoy it one more time, with President Obama pushing two little girls on swings and Michelle Obama even showing one small boy how to use the rope swing. President Obama told the press that it, quote, brings back memories, noting that Sasha was not much smaller than the girls at the shelter when the family moved into the White House on January 20th, 2009. They have had quite a run. Nice, one of their final events there.
I know,
as the
it's
First
crazy.
Family.
All right, guys, well, let's check in with Facebook Live. Our question of the day is in honor of living legend Betty White's 95th birthday. What is your favorite Golden Girls memory?
Sharon saying, I watched this show used to watch the show almost every night. I've seen every episode many times. Yeah, because it continues to run in syndication, right?
Laura says, happy birthday to the great and ageless Betty White.
She's so funny. Aaron says, I just love when they get so sassy with each other and they really don't care.
Not at all.
They really don't. And in just a couple minutes, guys, Bob Guiney and Olivia Caridi will be breaking down last night's episode, the latest episode of The Bachelor, including the zero-gravity date that ended in a little vomit. Keep those Facebook comments coming in. That was quite the experience.
Very interesting.
First, Andrea, you have even more trending news for us.
Yes, watch this. There's Dr. Travis Stork sharing a sneak peek of his pre-rehab interview with NBA player Lamar Odom. Stork, who released the tense teaser a little over a month ago, promised to air the interview in full once Lamar successfully completed his month-long rehabilitation program. Since then, Lamar has successfully completed treatment, returning home January 5th. And Dr. Travis's full pre-rehab interview will be released today during a special episode of The Doctors. Well, I had the chance to sit down with Dr. Travis a little after that teaser aired. Although he couldn't give away the answer, the Doctors host revealed how he thinks viewers will react to that cliffhanger ending. Has Lamar used since the 2015 incident? Watch this.
I think people will be surprised.
And what about you? Was there anything that you were really surprised about when you sat down with him?
Just how much he was hurting and how alone he felt. And I empathize with him. And I will say that. I think I felt like I was talking to a man who was doing the right thing by getting some help and getting himself in a better place.
Well, some interesting stuff there. And Dr. Travis also revealed what viewers can expect from the full interview, including how Lamar's decision to enter rehab was not something that was taken lightly, and how finally being able to freely talk about the overdose proved cathartic for the NBA star. Take a look at this.
Well, we haven't aired the full interview yet, and I think when people see the full interview that maybe there's an element of catharsis.
Okay.
He had not talked to anyone since all of this happened.
Wow.
And he acknowledges being in some really dark places, still, working to get himself out of that hole, so to speak. And he was very open and very honest, very candid. And I was genuinely pleased to see how self-motivated he seemed to turn his life around. Genuinely pleased to see how neurologically he seemed to be with it, because I had a lot of concerns after you go through something like he went through, where his brain was clearly not functioning normally. It was good to see all of those things. But I think when people watch the interview on our show in its totality, I think they will be moved by, this is just a man trying to get his life together, like a lot of people out there who struggled with abuse or addiction, relationship problems. And the thing I'm proud about with Lamar is that he's like, hey, Travis, there must be a reason I'm here to share my story. And maybe by hearing his story, we'll prevent some overdose deaths that may happen to someone else.
Well, definitely interested to see that interview. Again, the Doctor's full interview with Lamar Odom will air later today on the syndicated talk show. Check your local listings for times and channels. All right, moving on to this. So we all love our boy bands, right? Woo! Well, what if I told you there might be a television show based off the lives of some of our favorite 90s heartthrobs? I know, guys, we're freaking out a little bit too, but it looks like the rumors are true. 98 Degrees frontman Lachey recently stopped by the People Now studios and told me all about the exciting new project with New Kids on the Block star Donnie Wahlberg and creator of of Entourage, Doug Ellen. Although it's still very early in the process, the new comedy series will focus on former boy bands who reconnect in adulthood, hopefully airing sometime this fall. Sounds like the right stuff to start the morning, huh? Check this out.
Donnie and I, we toured together 3 years ago on the package tour, New Kids and 98 Degrees, and you know, so we both are very familiar with this idea, this concept of a boy band and getting back together and touring again, but a little later in life, in your 40s. You know, so we kind of put our heads together and said, this sounds like a great show. Why don't we do a show kind of about this, where these guys are getting back together and all the kind of comedy and struggles and things you have to deal with as a boy band later in life. So there's a lot of material there. That's pretty comedic, and it'll be a lot of fun. The show's off to a great start. Doug Ellen, who created Entourage, is you know, our creator on this show, and he's writing the first script, and we're just in the process of refining the first script, and then we'll cast the pilot and shoot the pilot. So very excited about it. Expect big things, and it'll be a lot more to talk about later this year.
Yeah, what are you most excited for fans to see and get out of it?
I mean, I think there's a lot of times there's some, you know, there's misconceptions about boy bands.
Yeah.
And sometimes people tend to discount the talent of a boy band. It's just fluff. They just got it. But you know, I think when you're in a boy, it's like being in any other band. You work your ass off. I mean, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. There's a lot of talent that's out there on that stage. And then to come back and do it later in life, you know, in your 40s, it's a whole nother set of challenges. So I'm just excited for people to see, you know, kind of that world.
Hey, we've seen your pointing in the field music video. You still got it.
Pointing in the field music video.
Does this mean that there's a chance that we will have a tour for 98 Degrees to make us vlog?
Always a chance. Well, New Kids is going out next year, I think with Paula Abdul and Boyz II Men. They're doing another tour this summer. And like I said, we were fortunate to tour with Boyz II Men and New Kids a couple years ago. And in 98 Degrees, we're definitely doing a project again this year, looking at doing some new music, and along with that would come a tour. So, yeah, I mean, as long as we still enjoy performing together, which we do, I kind of don't see any reason to stop doing it.
Yeah, boy band love still going strong. Stay with us, guys. Has Corinne gone too far on The Bachelor? We are breaking things down with Bob Guiney and Olivia Caridi. Plus, Bob is sharing his sweet honeymoon pics with us exclusively. It is all coming up in just 30 seconds. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in people. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
All right, let's go. Let's go nuts.
Oh, sorry. I thought that clip was longer, and I thought it was okay to just have ready whip at inappropriate places and times.
Well, Corinne definitely had Nick whipped in at least one sense on the latest episode of The Bachelor, and the hit ABC show is our Toyota People Pick of the Day. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. And if you guys want any of that, it's over here. All right, back in the action here. Season 20 Bachelor cast member, the one and only Olivia Caridi. Here she is. Good to have you.
Fresh off his honeymoon in Jamaica, former Bachelor Bob Guiney is Skyping in from LA. Good morning, Bob.
Bob Guiney. Look at the smile on that man's face. Only a newlywed right there. All right, we're going to be getting the inside scoop on Bob's honeymoon in just a little bit. We want to hear all about that. But first, let's get to last night's episode of The Bachelor. In front of us, we each have a cube emoji, as we are calling them. Each side has a different Facebook reaction. Every time we show a Bachelor clip, we're going to hold up the reaction that we feel the clip deserves. We want to hear back from you on Facebook Live as well. Make sure you click the reaction button that you think is right and comment on the episode right below. All right.
And Bob, since the Cubemoji hasn't gotten to the West Coast yet, we have an East Coast Bob Guiney surrogate here to hold your Cubemoji for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be all taken care of. All right, let's get to our first clip. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Proudest moment.
It's wacky today.
It's wacky. All right, let's get to our first clip. Corinne dominated the Bachelor episode again, not just for moves on Nick, but because she revealed even more details about an important person in her life.
All right, we are getting a lot of frown faces on Facebook. Bob, you're giving this a surprised and heart emoji. Why?
Oh, man. First of all, I was surprised to hear it. But I think we all know how difficult that whole lemon, garlic, salt mixture can be in a salad. So I actually have recently placed my own ad on Craigslist for a nanny. I thought this was a great idea. So I'm going full heart emoji. I love it. I want one. And I think that I just can't get enough of Corinne. She is such great television.
All right, Olivia, we both are sharing this kind of like surprise face, like, oh my gosh, the whipped cream, the nannies, nervous breakdowns, Corinne. She has so much going on. Olivia, how much longer do you think she has, and what's your reaction?
Okay, you guys, I realized this last night. She's going to get a hometown.
Oh, you think so? All the way through?
They would not introduce Raquel and make her such a big part of this if we weren't going to meet her.
All right,
That's my theory. Yeah. We're going to meet Raquel.
We'll see what happens, for sure.
I just loved that clip. Like, I didn't believe it. And
it doesn't look like you loved it.
Well, it's like, laughing. Like,
it's like love to hate it.
Well, one great moment from the episode was when Vanessa confronted Nick about Corinne's over-the-top behavior and how he's handling it. We'll get ready to react. Facebook Live, take a look at this clip.
Are you looking for someone to around with? Because at that point, like, I'd rather you just not give me a rose.
Here they all are.
Yay!
A lot of thumbs up.
Wait, Bob, you're giving this a sad face emoji. Why?
This is a sad face emoji because when the confrontations start about one woman in particular, I mean, we saw this with the beautiful Olivia a couple years ago. This is when we start saying goodbye to people. No bachelor likes to be told what he should or shouldn't be doing, and whether they're right or wrong. Unfortunately, this could be the end for Vanessa. I did like that she brought it up. I think she's 100% accurate, but this might change their relationship a little bit. So I hope that it does.
Lots of hearts on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah, Violetta says that she's beautiful, Vanessa, which I agree.
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
Gorgeous.
And thumbs up, Olivia. What do you think of Vanessa's conversation?
I liked her line where she said, "I'm not judging Corinne, I'm judging you." I didn't love that she became kind of, I'm good and you can't do this to me kind of thing. But I did like the fact that she did say, I'm not judging Corinne. This is me and you.
She kept it about herself instead of don't bring in other women. That's the best thing to do or to avoid. Earlier in the episode, Vanessa had an amazing one-on-one date with Nick, floating, making out in zero gravity. It was pretty crazy. We want to know what you think of this scene, Facebook Live. The date was going pretty well until it did not go well. Watch what happened. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was very surprising. Bob, you're giving this one a surprise emoji. Why? Yeah, why?
Why?
First of all, did you see the producer on the floor wiping things up in the middle of it? Like you just see. Oh my God. So yeah, this was a surprise to me because literally the last thing I think I would do if someone says, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick," would be getting up in her grill and smiling at her like Nick was. I think I would be like giving her a little breathing room maybe. So a little surprise at Nick's response, but I did think it was a sweet response. You could tell he really cares about her, but oh man, I would have been getting sick myself just hearing it. So I was, that was tough.
I agree with you. The whole thing though, it made me sad. I give the tear emoji because it's like I felt bad for what happened and felt bad that he felt like he had to kiss her too. Olivia, the post upchuck kiss. What do you think?
If I had just puked and someone wanted to get in my grill, I would say, "Get away from me."
Yeah.
I would have pushed him away from me.
I thought he handled it pretty well, though.
I'm sad for the whole situation.
Well, Olivia, so could Vanessa win the final rose? It seemed like they maybe had some good chemistry.
I still am sticking with her, but it scares me. I think it's very early to introduce the winner. So I'm a little nervous about that.
Oh, just in terms of like the wave of the show.
I just think it's very, they're like making it look like it could be her, and then maybe it'll go a different way. That's a theory.
And Loretta on Facebook says, Loretta on Facebook says, "OMG, poor thing." I know it started out so well, and then it just was a disaster.
Bob, who's your final pick right now for the final rose?
Danielle L. Just same as the original. I think they're introducing her slowly, like Olivia said, and we're seeing more and more of her. And I have Vanessa in my final four, but I do think that it's Danielle L. who goes on with the final rose.
Thumbs up with you on that one because we got a little bit of Danielle L. But not too much. It left us wanting more, is the point.
And the heart. Well, next week it seems like things with Corinne may boil over for Nick.
Yes.
So late last week, one of the men from last season of The Bachelorette with JoJo, Chase McNary, revealed that he almost was the Bachelor of this season. He told Us Weekly.
Us Weekly.
Oh, Us Weekly, sorry. I went through the negotiations, I accepted the offer, I signed the contract, I talked to my family friends about being the Bachelor. It was the Monday before they announced it that they told me I wasn't the Bachelor. So I found out with the rest of the world that it was Nick.
Olivia, would Chase have been a better Bachelor than Nick? Given all this news, is that, I don't know, surprising to hear? What do you think?
No.
Know that he would not have been a better one? Why not?
I didn't find his personality to be engaging at all.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen Luke
I think a lot of people were Team Luke, for sure. Yeah.
I just thought he had the cool Texan thing going. That's a storyline they haven't really run with yet, or a location they haven't run with. But no, not Chase. I wouldn't have.
I'm also not that surprised that they have contracts going with other people, and
it's
then they
happened
decide
before where
yeah.
someone has been picked and then at the last minute it went a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Bob? What do you think about Chase?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that every year they do ask a couple people if they'd be interested, and then, every time the new Bachelor is named, you hear every dude who was kicked off the previous season of The Bachelorette saying, well, they asked me, but I just didn't want it for my brand.
I turned them down.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it.
Please.
Yeah. All right, now how would you grade Nick overall this season, Bob?
I got to be honest. I gave him a B+ last time Olivia and I were on together. I'm going to go A- right now. I think he's upped his game a little. I mean, he had the whole Liz situation to deal with, which was complicated. I thought he handled it pretty well. And then, I mean, I don't know. I don't know any man in their right mind who would have an easy time with what Corinne's putting.
Yeah, our Bob surrogate in studio completely agrees. Look at him. our Bob doppelganger completely agrees with the Q emoji.
Goodness,
Bob,
that is
thank
so
you.
Funny.
Thanks for that. All right, guys, before we let you go, Bob just got back from your honeymoon with your wife, Jessica. How was the trip to Jamaica? We've got some pics and things.
Oh, it was awesome. Learned to cook with a Jamaican chef. All sorts of fun stuff. I rode a camel, of all things.
Whoa.
I didn't even know that Jamaica had camels. So that was exciting. Yeah, it was a really awesome time. We went to this place called Moon Palace, which is really beautiful and right on the water. And it was just a really fun time. I had literally ate enough food to probably put on about 20 pounds. So I know that your camera adds another 10. So,
Bob, there's no need to disclaim in that way. You guys look fantastic, and the pictures make me mainly angry and then a little bit happy for you as well, because I want to be there.
Yay. Well, Bob and Olivia, thank you so much for being here. And you guys, don't forget to watch ABC's The Bachelor every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
And thanks to Bob's doppelganger and his surrogate as well. Yeah, wow, you did such a good job there with the Bob's Q emoji. All right, see you guys next week.
Thank you.
You previously spoke with people saying that you were slow about going public with your current relationship with NFL star Charlie Whitehurst.
Yeah.
How do you now feel about having gone public about it?
We're both really kind of under the radar people. We live in under the radar places. We travel around a lot, but we're not really attention seekers. So it's not bad. People have always respected us and left us alone, let us do our thing. So it's been great. He's a lovely man.
Things are going well.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Perfect date night for you two. What's it look like?
Charlie and I are very adventurous, so we travel all over the world together and do a lot of fun things. But it kind of is a luxury just being home and getting to hang out. So I guess that's kind of one of my perfect date nights.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think I hear that a lot. Busy people with active lives, you just want to unplug, be alone, be home.
It's that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Treks. Well, here's something everyone, especially the Beliebers, are talking about this morning. Kourtney Kardashian was spotted hitting the town with her ex-fling, Justin Bieber. Yes, the duo were seen at the Peppermint Club in West Hollywood. And this was shortly after Kardashian left Jessica Alba's pajama party that she threw for hubby Cash Warren. Yes, you heard that right. From a pajama party with people like John Legend and Chrissy Teigen to a club with Bieber, the mom of three certainly knows how to party. But even though the former hookup buds hung out, Kardashian and Bieber are apparently just friends. Our Kardashian source telling people, quote, Kourtney and Justin hung out together with friends, but didn't spend the night together. Kourtney is still serious about making things work with Scott. She went to the birthday party for Cash first and was ready to party more after. They chatted, had fun, but that was it. Kourtney is finished hooking up with Justin. Of course, the duo was first linked back in July of 2015 after Kardashian ended her 9-year relationship with Scott Disick. But even back then, sources told people it was never that serious. Well, now moving on to a couple that certainly is not just friends. Take a look at this. Oh, love is in the air. That's Amber Rose and Val Schmarkovsky sharing a sweet smooch on Monday night at the New York City Knicks game. Rose shared this super adorable Jumbotron moment on her Instagram, writing, "Why is he so cute though?" Well, we agree, Amber. The duo, who met on this season of Dancing with the Stars while Amber was competing with Val's brother, Maxim, were spotted getting cozy at a birthday party back in October, and the rest is history. Of course, it hasn't always been easy for the couple. In a series of since-deleted tweets, Val slammed haters who criticized his relationship online, writing this, Not surprising, but still fairly disappointing how ignorant and vile people are. The hypocrisy. All this love, yet zero empathy. I'm speechless. Well, don't worry, Val. We are on board. Keep those Jumbotron videos coming. Moving on to this. Like mother, like daughter, Coco Austin shared some adorable photos of her and her daughter, Chanel Nicole, while having some girl time in the pool. Coco and Chanel can be seen sporting matching swimsuits, and we are loving these adorable pictures. Coco writes on one of the photos, "Okay, I have to post one more pic. There's just too much cuteness going on with this little girl. I have so much fun with her." Well, Coco and husband Ice-T recently celebrated Chanel's first birthday party, and the decked-out event, complete with Mickey and Minnie Mouse, costume changes, tons of glitter, and plenty of pink, was certainly a celebration not to be missed. Yes, gotta love baby Chanel's style and swag. We are very happy for Coco and Ice-T. All right, guys, now of course we all know by now that it is Betty White's 95th birthday today. So to celebrate the big event, we put together some of our favorite Golden Girls moments from the iconic star. Check this out.
No offense, Dorothy, but your cupcakes are dry and tasteless.
Betty White,
that was so
love
great.
her. You guys, let's check in with Facebook Live. Dang's watching in Vietnam. That's awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and our question of the day is for Betty White's 95th birthday. What's your favorite Golden Girls memory? If you know the show, you love the show. Pamela's saying, "Love you, Betty. You remind me of my mom,
Aw,
precious."
Really cute. Sandy says, "Happy birthday, beautiful young lady."
Britta says, "Betty White is proof of how beneficial pets are to our lives," and that's totally true.
Yes. Randy says, "Happy birthday, Betty White. Today is also my oldest son's 18th birthday." Well, happy birthday to him as well.
Yep,
Good day to be born.
Yeah, great day. Tara says, "My mom always tells the story of how Golden Girls was on in the delivery room as I was born. Betty White was involved in my first moments in this world." So since birth, Betty has been a part of some of our lives, literally that person's life from the very beginning.
Well, here's what you had to say about some of our other stories. Loretta says, "Jewel is beautiful. I spent 12 years in Alaska." That's really cool.
Yeah, jealous of that trip for sure. Miranda says, "Chanel is so cute. I want her wardrobe." And we all do too, I think.
We all do.
As a collective
Yes.
body. So many good comments. Guys, thank you for weighing in and being a part of our show. We're here every single morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, live on Facebook Live and People.com. And coming up tomorrow, we have more for you. Star of the OA, Netflix's new hit series, Britt Marling, dishes on leaving her job with a top finance company, all to pursue acting. Looks like it's paying off. Plus, the real-life emoji, Olympic gold medalist Lori Hernandez is in-house here talking about her new book, I Got This, to Gold and Beyond.
Yes,
Great stuff.
exciting. Well, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Dr. Travis Stork. He's got a sweet tooth, people. Pay attention. Enjoy.
Bye.
Hey, I'm Dr. Travis Stork from The Doctors, and this is one last thing. The last time I laughed so hard I cried was actually on the set of The Doctors just a few weeks ago. Sadly, I can't repeat what my co-host Dr. Andrew Orden said, but it had something to do with sex, and it was completely inappropriate. My last cheat meal. Okay, so the beauty is, I try not to cheat too much, but my last cheat meal, brownies a la mode with some vanilla ice cream. So good. Last TV show I binge watched, Narcos on Netflix. I loved it. I have to say, I hope there's more to it, but the next one I'm about to watch is the OA, but I love I guess Narcos is what it's called. Great acting and certainly binge-worthy.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more people now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.